Hello YouTube, this is Wisps and Whimsy, and I am coming to you from my spot right in front of my nice warm fire because it is a cool night and I have been feeling under the weather this week, so I hope all of you are doing much better than I am. And our topic this week is going to be some of our most favorite or most interesting YouTubers and websites. So we got a topic request this week from a viewer who wanted to know some of our favorite or most informative YouTubers, blogs, or other websites that would be helpful to a pagan, new or old. So we discussed it as a group. We wanted to make sure that everyone had a chance to talk about their favorites or just new and different ones, so we weren't repeating ourselves, because there are just some fabulous YouTubers out there that we all really enjoy. And so the ones that I came up with, I was really excited to be able to share these with you. I'm going to be talking about Ember Honeyraven, the Big Fat Witch, Solitary Witch Tracks, Maria, who has been kind of on a hiatus, but I'll talk about that a little more in a minute, and wildhunt.org. Let's start with Ember. If you know Ember Honeyraven, oh my word, is she not the most fabulous person? Ember is a southerner, which you can hear immediately as soon as she opens her mouth. It is just wonderful as a fellow southerner. It just tickles me to hear her talk, no matter what she's talking about. But the other thing that tickles me is she is so real and forthright, and she is just so funny. I swear, I commented to her a couple of videos ago about my kids walked into the room and heard me cackling over at my computer and said, "You must be listening to that one woman again." They know that it's Ember because she is so funny. She really just cracks me up. So she is just a wonderful person. She considers herself a natural witch. She shares how-tos. She shares just day in the life type videos. She vlogs, and she also gives commentary on different things that are happening in the YouTube community or things that have come up in the news. So she does, although she is very funny, she also has a deeper side to her and a depth to her thoughts and the way she expresses herself. So she really is just a wonderful balance. If you would like to check her out, the link is below. She also has a website, The Big Fat Witch, and so both of those will be linked below. Now the second person I would like to talk about is Maria of Solitary Witch Tracks. Now if you are a longer term YouTuber, you might remember Maria. She was Green Mother Crone. I almost feel like she might have had another channel before that, but I know that was her older one that I used to follow before she shut it down. She has gone through, she started out as a younger YouTube vlogger. She was in, I believe, college, maybe later high school, but around college age when I remember finding her. And she spoke with a lot of depth. She had a lot of thoughts. She was Wiccan, and then she had progressed through, and I think she just became pagan and a witch, and then she had gotten into Tibetan Buddhism, and I'm not entirely certain where she is now in her path, but I think that's part of the reason that I do enjoy her and why she was one who came immediately to mind when we started discussing this topic as a group. Because she is one of the lesser known YouTubers. You know, she's not a Flora Peterson. She is not a Joanna DeVoe. She's not a new pagan now. But if you go back to her older videos, you can see where she is developing as an adult pagan, where she had started younger, and then she's developing into her thoughts and just forming her path more. And I think I really responded to that because I found myself on a similar path as far as still developing in what I thought and what resonated with me. And so that was why she came to mind. It was more of this person really feels right to me. So she does have some general pagan knowledge videos. She has a lot of goddess and god videos if you're interested in looking at those with a lot of information. So those are all older videos. I think the most recent video she's posted was 3 or 4 months ago. So she's not a prolific vlogger anymore. But she is somebody that I just wanted to mention and just kind of get a tip of the hat to, because she's someone that on the older YouTube was someone that I really responded well to. And so, you know, check her out. She does still have a lot of information up on her site. And she has a blog as well, so I'll link those below. And finally, my last website of the night is thewildhunt.org. And the reason this one comes to mind, I tend to be very interested in the political spectrum and news and that sort of thing. And so it's very interesting to see the news through a pagan lens. So if you are looking for a news site that does attempt to be very unbiased and try to bring you the full news, but also do it from a pagan perspective, this is the one to check out. They have columns, they have news features, and they also do reviews from time to time. So it's just a good all-around news and reviews informative site. So the Wild Hunt is very much focused on current events, which is great if you know that you thought you heard something and you would like to check it out more in depth. You can look on there, and they are a great resource for that sort of thing. So I like to just follow along on what's going on and kind of keep up with trends and how things are going, especially when it comes to our rights and how we are being viewed in the public eye. So if you're like me and that sort of thing tickles your fancy, then you should definitely check them out if you haven't already. So those are my suggestions for people or places to go for information, or for just a good laugh, or for someone who kind of helps you feel a little more comfortable at your own place in your path. So now that I'm starting to get tongue-tied, I think it's a good time to close. So I hope this finds all of you well, and I will talk to you all later. This is Wisps and Whimsy, wishing you blessings.